Hello, ladies and gentlemen on YouTube and on Spotify. You guys are always here earlier than the Twitch viewers, understandably so. There's kind of, you open up the video and it starts. For the Twitch viewers, it's a bit different. It's weird how the mind functions. There were so many moments leading up to this Voice of Yamato where I was like, yeah, this is something that I would like to talk about. And then it's just forgotten. It's just gone in the wind. My hair is a bit wild today, but it's just, it's a bit long. As you can see, I'm a bit tan too. A bit tan. I was on a boat trip. My Idikari and also my good friend is, Elias got married. I want to wish him congratulations on the Voice of Yamato. I had the pleasure of being there in person, and it was truly an honor. We took a boat trip. We were in Denmark. It was quite nice. Me and Pete, definitely during this time, I got a lot closer, and I actually asked him to be my first guest on the Voice of Yamato. So that's going to be the next episode. I think, that's going to be nice. It is a man that has experienced a lot, and I'm curious to get to know him even further. Me and him, we were singing Red Hot Chili Peppers on the car drive. It was quite nice. I'd assume that everyone's curious about, what's going on at the Fnatic camp. I was surprised by the community reaction. It's well, not really surprised because I understand, right? As the people that watch the games for any team, not just Fnatic, you get very little insight about what's going on. Very little insight. The majority of the games that we play are actually in scrims and in solo queue. So we are in a world where we play best of ones on stage and that's all you see. It was surprising to see that everyone thought it was complacency and arrogance and cockiness that put us in the position that we lost a couple of games. Of course, the way we lost was tragic. We had game advantages. We lost one game against Schalke with a massive goal advantage at Nashor. The Mad Lions, I think 3 games we lost in like a fair fashion, right? Throughout the split. The game against Rogue, they beat us fair and square, and 2 games against Mad Lions that we got beaten fair and square. I think the other ones we kind of threw. Like we had 2 losses against Misfits, where we were 5-6 goal ahead, and we threw. And props to Misfits, of course, for capitalizing on our mistakes to be there to catch when we drop. But without drop, there is no catching. So I see those as games that we gave away. Same thing with the Schalke game. So with that in mind, all is good. All is good. There's a lot of good things to learn throughout the split, and I think the nature of best of ones comes with, that nature of, randomness. And in no shape or form were we ever complacent or cocky. We just made a couple of mistakes, and that's what it is at the end of the day. They decide games quite quickly. We also lost the game against SK, which was another game where we were very, very far ahead. But all in all, after our big win streak, what occurred to us was we actually took the vaccines, and it was good for us to have the vaccines. We're going to take the second dose around, after playoffs, because we don't want to be in that situation again. We pretty much, we had the vaccines, and some of us got affected more heavier than others, and we pretty much, missed a full scrim week, and that was pretty tough on us. It's always when the meta's ever changing, You know, in my line of work, if I take one break day, I feel like I have to do a lot of, like there will be a lot of catching up to do. It's quite stressful in that manner that due to the nature of how the patching works and how the game is not solved, there's always new elements that appear, and you want to stay ahead on the curve, and you also need to stay in shape on the core fundamentals of the game. So when you lose a couple of days, it can get very, very difficult. And that's what we did. You know, the vaccine knocked us out. Like, I was knocked out. I was pretty much, you know, I took the vaccine and I had to sleep for like 3 days straight. Like, I couldn't stay awake. Like, I was just so tired. I had to sleep, and that happens sometimes. And, you know, these unexpected things is something that as a team you need to deal with good. And in my mind, you know, I will revise it and look at it, and maybe we could have dealt with it better. But it definitely, you know, took us for a spin. And then we got some catching up to do. We experimented a little bit, trying to expand on what we do as a team, and it didn't work out. And that's the gist of it, right? I understand that from outside, all you see is a loss on the board, and the average viewer doesn't have any insight on what's going on, because you guys get to see maybe 3 or 5% of what's going on. Obviously, the impact of the games and the impact on the standings is so important, of course, and that is what we're playing for in the end. But the essence of the team and the level of the team is very, very hard to judge from the little bits and pieces that you see. Hey, Pete, I just announced that you're going to be my guest on the next episode. I just thought, you know, that I just need to recap. I haven't talked to my homies for a long time, so all in all, it will be the next episode. I hope that's okay, Pete. You're the man. But from a fan perspective, I understand that too. Like, me and Pete, we were watching the Olympics. We were watching the Olympics, right? And it was there was women's beam matrix mechanics. I don't know what the thing was called. Beam mechanics. So basically, they jump around and they need to do tricks, and then they get judged on difficulty and execution, and then there's like a possibility to get minus points. So basically, I think Simone Biles was the known person, and he was very insightful on this topic. And even me, you know, I've never watched a sport in my entire life. I'm like, yo, what's she doing? I'm like complaining because it was, you know, that's entertaining. You know, you involve yourself in the game and you're like, yo, what's happening? And that's what fans do with League of Legends. That's what fans do with League of Legends. They have no clue. It's easy for me to say because I work with the game. Like, the game is my entire life. And a lot of people go to League of Legends as their entertainment and their way to relax and their way to, you know, chill. So that's cool. You know, I understand that 100%. And if people want to flame, that's okay. You know, that means you're involved. It means you care. And, you know, we don't get paid to play a game because a lot of people play the game. We get paid because people want to watch us play the game. You know? And people want to watch us play the game because we are good at it. Right? And that we can compete. That's why people pay. And if people didn't care and people weren't passionate and people weren't worried after we drop a couple of games, then it would be strange, right? But we also got a lot of supportive messages, and I appreciate that a lot too. So all in all, you know, we are working very, very hard. We're going to scrim our ass off, and we're going to make sure to break Vitality's bones. It's just part of the process. We're not going to underestimate them. They are a very unique team. We beat them twice in the regular split, but for all I care, you know, we're going to do everything we can to really, really break their bones. Shadows11 just subscribed with his Prime. Optimus Prime is very, very happy that you use your Prime on this channel. I wish I had a voice like Optimus Prime. How does he sound like again? I am Optimus Prime. Prime. No, I can't recall how he sounds. Shadows11 left a message. Hey Yamato, do you keep your guests for Worlds, Fnatic, G2 and MAD? And what do you think about coaches have to play solo queue? Is that important for you? Well, it's important for me specifically because I like to stay in tune with the game. I've played this game for such a long time, and me staying in tune allows me to learn and get a feel for champions, right? When champions are released, I just spam them and I grief anyone that is in my game. So I just always name myself something that no one would recognize, and I just play Gwen like 40 games in a row and people hate me, and then after the first 5-10 games I start to snip everyone's balls off, everyone's getting neutered, and then it starts to pop off. Luckily I don't need to do that with Akshan, Ashkan, Ascandy, whatever his name is, because, you know, whatever. We are still in a very, very good mood, and the team is mentally very, very strong. We are really, really looking forward to scrims to start. We had a very productive meeting today. We set up the week, we set up what we want to work on, we set out everything, you know, and I feel fucking good coming into it, man. I feel amazing. And I am filled with optimism. We have so much information to work with, and I am so confident in myself. I'm so confident in the players that we can nail this. We have a lot of days of practice. We happen to play the last best of 5 on Sunday, so we have plenty of time to really, really get better. As usual, we're going to take a look on Twitter, what people have asked, because I always ask the question, what do we talk about? Rokas Uliz writes, how not to be worried for fans before going into playoffs. Everyone in the team said it was in the bag, but everyone's very worried. I think I have addressed this. Oh, good. Alistair asks, well, says, I don't know if he asks yet because I need to read it before and so forth. Thoughts on how to focus on work and really set your mind on something. I'm sure you and your boys have many distractions, so how can you push away these distractions and focus on the matter at hand? Would really love to hear your thoughts on this. So biologically, a lot of things are very counterintuitive. You know, we're very counterintuitive in the world that we're living now. We're living in a world that is not designed for what we are genetically speaking. Fanatic Lodi, thank you very much for your $10 donation. Good luck for playoffs. I believe in you guys. I believe in us too, and I appreciate your kind words. Thank you very much. So in this world, there's so many distractions, and there's a lot of things that are designed in the world that have like a very predator-esque nature on the topic of how humans are, right? Advertisement is that. Twitter is that. There's a lot of things that are socially engineered to try to keep your attention to it and subconsciously, you know, leave a little virus in your mind. So it's a very tricky thing to navigate for anyone, really, right? It's a challenge to stay focused on something because the news cycle shifts so much, and we are not designed to comprehend and to digest as much information as we are receiving when we are connected to the internet. You know, the news cycle is constantly new, and a lot of the things that happened yesterday you no longer remember because today is a new day and everything goes on very, very fast. And in the past, I'd imagine that it was very, very useful to collect that information, right? When you lived in a village, it was very important that information spread fast and that you shared information with one another. Oh, that mushroom is dangerous. You know, don't eat it. And then information spreads, right? But now there's information everywhere. It's just thrown at your face. It's very, very easy to get distracted with all of the things that are going on. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, the majority of us have like ADHD, right? Like I've had points in my life where I just couldn't function unless I had like a TV show going on. I listened to music and I played League at the same time because I just needed to be stimulated constantly, right? Drove me into insanity. And then finally I realized I need to, you know, do meditation and take a break and allow my thoughts to process what's going on in my life and allow my thoughts to reappear again. Because when you suffocate your mind with so much information, you begin to lose the ability to actually have thoughts. And thoughts are so powerful. Anything around you is thoughts. You see, everything in this background comes from thoughts. This table, this camera, this microphone came from a thought that eventually became something, and then that thought got built into something more. Hello, Adam. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see that you're very busy in your work for the Arabic League. It's good to see that everything is working out for you. So when we focus on work, you know, the challenge that we face is that our mind tries to preserve energy. Our mind tries to preserve energy, especially when we're doing tasks we've done before. When we play League of Legends, you understand this idea of when you come home from work, you start playing, you start playing League, right? And time goes fast. Why does it go fast? Because your mind recognizes the patterns, right? Your mind recognizes the patterns, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna save energy here, and I'm just going to do the things that I've always done. That's a challenge that a lot of players face. They keep playing games and they are stuck in the same elo because their mind is constantly giving the same thing. And that is a part of the challenge. If you're actively focused in the game, focus is usually what is tested. In a lot of cases, the mistakes that players do, especially on the average level and on the worst level, are usually like mistakes like, what the fuck are you thinking? You know? It's like, yo, you already know this mistake. It was just a problem of focus, right? And focusing means that you actively engage yourself in the goal that you've set out for yourself. And in most cases in League, it's to break the enemy nexus, right? Of course, there's a lot of smaller checkpoints that you need to reach in order to reach that point, but you understand the point of focus. So the key thing is to make sure that you practice meditation, and then you apply meditation in everything that you do in life. Meditation is in one shape or form, it's kind of like a refreshing power nap in one form, but at the same time, it's also training your ability to actively be mindful in anything that you do. And that can be playing League of Legends too. So it's very, very useful for us as athletes or any competitive environment. You want to try to build this ability to be mindful as you're actively doing it. And imagine that distractions are like a waterfall, right? I always say this to anyone that asks me, like, that gets distracted in some shape or form. For a lot of people, it takes form in a different manner, right? Some people get nervous, some people get stressed, some people just get distracted by the birds outside, some people get distracted by what they ate, some people get tired, some people just, start to laugh, get angry. There's many ways of getting distracted. You can get distracted by lights, you can get distracted by sounds. My wife just fell in love with your eyes, should I be worried? I'm taken, so all good, I'm good, No worries. These eyes are fake. All you know. I am an AI. Because probably you will never meet me. Distractions are like a waterfall, right? And they are going to happen. The idea is, how do you react when they happen? Because the worst thing you can do is say, no emotions, this is stone cold business. I'm just going to focus and that's it, For some people that works, don't get me wrong. For some people that works. But for most people, it's about addressing the fact that it's there and recognizing your own patterns. Recognizing your own patterns and recognizing what makes you react some type of way. First step is to admit that it's occurring, and then you can begin to address it and build on it. So meditation is teaching us the ability to be mindful in our day-to-day. If you think of Zen meditation, and the idea of Zen is to maintain a beginner's mind. So often in Zen Buddhism, the idea is to maintain a beginner's mind. The expert begins to think in a manner that saves time, right? The expert always tries to save time because they've seen many things before. They believe that they know what works, and they believe that they know what doesn't work. The beginner is always open to the idea that they could be wrong and that everything that they do know could be wrong. And the beginner is always there in the present and notices all of the new things that is occurring in front of them. If someone is playing League of Legends for the first time, they begin to notice a lot of small details that we take for granted, right? Obviously, a lot of things are good to have automatic. Don't get me wrong. You know, some things like CSing, having good awareness and having good, understanding of the game, reflexes can be very, very useful, of course, and it defines a lot of players. So I'm just getting distracted because Cookie's right here. You can see his little tail. Yeah. I lost my train of thought because my cat is so cute. But maintaining this beginner's mind is very important. And the beginner's mind, the core of it is that you are mindful in the moment. And this mindfulness can extend to everything, right? It can extend to the food that you eat. It can extend to the conversations you have with anybody. It can be mindful of the fabric that is touching your clothes, can be mindful of the moment. It's basically living by the moment and accepting things that are out of your control and being present. And this is something that you practice throughout the day. For some, it's easier than others. For some, it's very natural. For some, it's less natural. And at the core of it, this is, when you focus and you really set your mind on something, being in the zone is a real thing. Cookie. Okay, Angel is always messing with my lights. Next question, Tahoe illustration, rainbow flag. How is it for players and staff alike to work in an industry where major figures like players and coaches are replaced in a year-by-year basis? I could imagine that it can be mentally exhausting to make friends in a team only to see them leave very often. It is very exhausting, There is a feeling of... there is a feeling of exhaustion due to the lack of continuity. But there's a lot of things in life that is just that, There's a lot of things that come and go. It's very rare that you have friends for life, very rare that you have partners for life, very rare that, something lasts forever. And it would be naive and selfish to think that you can keep things the way they are forever. Because every person around you, they are their own entity in the end, right? They make their own choices. And to believe that you can control anybody is just very narcissistic. Okay, Cookie, you are just... Yes. Thanks, Cookie. Same thing for League of Legends, right? Sometimes teams come and go, players come and go, and sometimes it is in my control, sometimes it isn't in my control, and it can be very tiring. And if I ever retire, it's probably because of this reason. I like to make a commitment to anybody that I work with. I like to make a commitment. I want to commit to them in a way where, you are my player. I'm going to do everything in my power to make you succeed. Even if you decide to go somewhere else at some point, I'm going to make a commitment to you, right? And same way for my players. Like I always tell them, you need to commit to one another in a matter that you can't imagine playing with anybody else. There's no grass is greener. This is the commitment, right? The same way I view my relationship with Elena, right? We've been together for more than 5 years, and the only way I believe we can get the most out of our relationship and we give it the most honest chance is for me to imagine a world where no one else exists. The most poisonous relationships are the ones where you begin to think about other options, you know? It's like you're together with someone, significant other, and you begin to imagine how life would be with someone else. You know, that's dangerous. Very, very bad. That's not making a true commitment. If the moment you have a little bit of doubt, you begin to think about other options. Not the same way, you know? If you make that commitment, you are, you know, actively trying to solve any problem that you will face. Because your faith is intertwined, then you try to do anything in your power to make sure that it works. And that is, you know, true commitment. That is the most purest form of, you know, trying to get the most out of a relationship, both on work side, team side, you know, player side, and also partner side. So it can be very exhausting. GMs in most organizations have no fucking idea what they're doing. The people above GMs also, most of the time, don't have a clue what they're doing. And you have the feeling as a player and a coach that you're always standing on someone else's rug, right? It can be the nicest rug ever. It can be very comfy, but you don't know when someone is going to just pull it from under you. You don't know. You can't know. Sometimes you can feel safe. Sometimes, you know, like when I join an organization, right? Right now I'm Fnatic. I don't imagine myself working in any other organization. Fnatic till I die, right? That's the only way I can view it as my home and truly care about every aspect of Fnatic. Really engage myself and commit myself to everything. Not the moment something goes wrong and like, I'm okay, I'm just gonna go to a different team. No, it doesn't work that way, right? It doesn't work that way. I have to make a commitment. I have to make a commitment. And sometimes in my time in esports, this mentality has been abused. But I wouldn't have it any other way. And if I ever retire one day, then probably it will be due to this mentality being exhausting in the long run. And the stress that comes with the fact that everybody would want my job, and there's a lot of people that, like, there's a lot of pressure to perform and people want to have my job. You know, I have far bigger motivators that are way more scary than anything anyone could ever do. Because my biggest fear is being mediocre. My biggest fear is not leaving a legacy behind. My biggest fear is not achieving what I want to achieve. So those motivators are stronger than any person or man or woman or baby could ever induce into me. Because for me, I've conquered my mind a very, very long time ago. I've been, in most of my time growing up, I was a very lonely person. Very, very lonely. Most of the time I was very, very alone, and I was with myself, and I learned to figure out and map out any issues on my own. Never relied on anybody, only relied on myself. And with that comes, you know, the issue of not letting anyone in. But at the same time, I feel always in control of what I want. And that can be very liberating. And that pressure, I wouldn't have it any other way. I get very, very stressed when I don't feel pressured. I have a hard time taking vacations or resting, but I don't mind. These are my years to push myself to the absolute limit, push myself to the bone. I've been working since I've been like 13. I cut grass and I worked with my father and I played league. I was hiding and shit like this, and I know that these are the years where I have the most energy ever, and I'm going to make use of it. So these 14-hour work days, 16-hour work days, I have many more years in me, and I was lucky that my father taught me the value of hard work and grabbing life by your own hands and getting shit done. Very fortunate. Lops Santa Shock asks, thoughts on Akshan being disabled at Worlds but potentially enabled in LCK LPL playoffs? I think people are greatly exaggerating, you know? Wow, a champion is enabled in this region. They're gonna have such a massive advantage. We have no chance at Worlds. You can figure out the champion. Like, you can figure it out. Come on. Like, people are saying, yo, we don't get to play this champion, we're doomed. Nah, man, you can figure this out. You can figure out a champion in a couple of days. You would have VODs to watch. You would just soak in the information that other regions would do. Like, it would be hilarious to me if, like, we go to the World Championship and then Akshan was enabled, which turns out it isn't. It is disabled. And then, like, you lose, and then just because one side had to ban Akshan, yeah, we lost. Like, come on, like, calm down. You can figure out a champion at the World's Bootcamp. No worries, you know. There's already champions that are being played in the LPL and the LCK that might not be played in the LCS and the LEC. Is it just doomed then? No, calm down. You know, it's alright. I get it. It's very different when a champion is enabled or not, but to make such a big deal about it. Whatever, man. Hey, Elena. Good to see you. Another thing that was interesting was this whole debacle. People were talking about doinB. And his regiment, right? I've had this conversation in the past, right? I've had this conversation in the past with people and on my YouTube channel as well about what my opinion is. And I think if you want to be the best at something, you're going to have to make sacrifices. And that can be health, that can be social, that can be monetary. It's going to be sacrifices. There are UFC fighters that get concussions and lose their ability to speak, and like, they are sacrificing and putting all of that on the line in order to be the best. American football players get tackles, like, they just imagine you have 300-pound beasts of human beings just crashing into each other. It's like two cars keep crashing into each other over and over again, right? They are designed to crash into each other. So you have two people designed to crash into each other and cause damage. What on earth, man? These guys are making sacrifices in order to be the best at something. Even soccer players, man. Even soccer players have concussions and get CTE from, you know, imagine Cristiano Ronaldo just shoots a fucking ball at you and you have to fucking header it, right? And this man has practiced his whole life kicking balls, so his legs are insane. They are weapons. And you're supposed to put your head into that ball. Like, bro, in every walk of life, if you want to be the absolute best, you're going to make fucking sacrifices. There are people that want to be the best violin players ever or best drummers. They're going to fucking their hands are gonna fucking break, their hands are gonna fall apart. It is very common when you want to be the best at something that you sacrifice things, and in a lot of cases that's going to be your health. And of course there are things to make it safer. There are ways to make it safer. There are ways to make it, better, and there are ways to recover properly, and there is a lot of science that can potentially back it up. And I also believe that resting can be very, very useful, but in most cases it is important. In most cases, the most valid way for someone to reach the absolute heights of their career is by pushing themselves to the limit. Pushing themselves to the limit. I myself, I've worked 14 hours a day for the last 7 years, and maybe it's easier for me than others, right? Because I'm used to it. I'm very used to it. I feel I wouldn't have it any other way, because I enjoy what I do. I feel passionate about what I do. Well, in my free time, I play League of Legends. I love League of Legends. I'm addicted to League of Legends. I'm obsessed, right? So that helps. That really, really helps. Most competitors are freaking obsessed. Very obsessed with what they're doing. You watch the Human Lab podcast? Yes, I do. Dr. Andrew Huberman, the neurobiologist. He's a scientist at Yale, as far as I remember. Maybe Stanford? Thank you very much, Salted Wasabi, for, of course, subscribing. And you subscribe to Tier 1 for 3 months in advance. That is fantastic. 3 months in advance. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Is it true that you couldn't scream again for almost a week because Adam was sick? That is so unfortunate. We're going to recover. Health is #1 priority, and Adam will be fine. Adam will be fine. Right. All in all, if you don't want to push yourself to the bone, don't push yourself to the bone. But people that do it, allow them to do it. It's a choice, right? If you're trying to get at the peak of your profession, you're going to push yourself like never ever before. It's like the Beatles, right? The Beatles, you know what they did? They were performing live for like 5 hours every day, 7 days of a week for like a couple of years straight. And then they became the best performing band ever, right? They were absolutely nutty. Michael Jackson, it's fucked up what his father put his children through. Well, in terms of music, Jesus Christ. Absolute genius, right? I'm not going to reveal what we are doing, what we're not doing in regards to Adam's, health and so on. How do you stay so calm and collected and not freak out when talking to a large crowd? I used to have a very, very big issue with it. But then I realized I just need to come to terms with who I am. I think it becomes a lot more difficult to talk to a crowd when you're pretending to be someone who you're not. Because in my youth, when I was talking in front of my classmates and I had to make, a presentation on a topic that I couldn't give 10 fucks about, and I tried to be someone that I am not. I tried to be the person that is going to get an A in the assignment, and I had a vision of who that person is, right? That makes it a lot more difficult. And now, when I talk about topics that I do know about, and when I talk about topics that I don't know about, I'm willing to admit it. As long as I'm honest with myself, and I don't try to be something that I'm not, I feel very liberated to talk in front of a crowd. Because in the end, I can only be myself. Yeah, I admit I don't know things all the time. What should I do? Lie? Everyone knows if you lie. You just look ridiculous. What is your beard trim routine? This is a 6mm trim, and then I shave here, and I shave here, and then I trim freshness here. The death of Pokemon GO, someone asks. Now I've been playing on and off Pokemon GO, and it's always, with anything in life, if you give someone a finger and then you take that finger back, they're not gonna be happy. It's always a dangerous thing. If you give someone a privilege and you take that back, it's going to be hard. That's why everyone's so hesitant to give anyone anything, you know? Especially when it's a party of the majority against the minority that is in control. If the minority gives something, you can never take it back. Never. So every time the question of will the minority in control give something to the majority, that's why it's so dangerous. That's why the controlling minority is so careful with giving anything away, because it sets a precedent. When a precedent's set, you can't go back. And that's what's happening with Pokemon GO, right? They made some changes during the COVID thing, and now they are trying to revert them. And everybody's like, yo, fuck off. Okay? Fuck off. Because the majority is what makes the minority work. Cookie, come on, man. Okay. Not okay. Keep your beans to yourself. You hear me? Keep your beans to yourself. Keep your beans to yourself. Okay. Okay. You. This guy is so big, man. Look how huge he is. Look how huge he is. He's messing with my lights. So he has the prettiest yellow eyes. You. I let you go. Go. I would be very shocked if Rogue One Worlds. Very, very shocked. Very shocked. Orvar asks, UK grime artists, heard you're a fan of AJ, Tracy and H, but curious to hear if you have more UK rappers you enjoy. I enjoy myself some Skepta, BBK, Till I'm Old and Senile, Dave. Let me just pull up my playlist. What do I have on my playlist? Skepta, Black the Ripper, SL, D-Power Diesel, Ocean Wisdom, Heady One, Slow Tie, Unknown T, Section Boys, Millions, M Huncho, Nave Smalls, Dutchavelli, Tion Wayne. I like Tion Wayne a lot, actually. JME, Octavian, but I heard he's a woman beater, so fuck that guy. Pop Smoke is not UK. Who else do we have? Yeah, I guess that's everybody. Skepta KW? What the fuck are you talking about, man? Do you know TM Biscuits? Yeah, of course. Of course I know TM Biscuits. You know, it's funny that you called me a strategic early game mastermind, but I see myself as my strength to be the early, like the mid game. The mid to late game is my jam. Because the early game you can repeat. So it's mapped out. You know, I can map out an early game. Right? I can map out the first 8 minutes of the game. That's cool, you know? That's easy. Steam Hotel, worth it or not? Never been, actually. LFL playoff, you're following the league. I believe K-Corp is gonna win it all. I love that Cap's dad just fucking post a picture of him in a fucking he just posts a picture of himself. You're like looking great, man. Looking great. What a G. He just posts a picture of himself. Leadership. Marty asks, we talk a lot about the players preparing themselves for playoffs, but how can the fans relax and not go bald before the Vitality match? Well, just listen to my voice and everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. I want to give a thank you to Blues2271 for, of course, subscribing. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. You are very kind. Pete asked me to talk about love. Love is commitment to me, man. Love is commitment. Love is understanding. Love is, you know, love is jumping off a building and hoping that someone, this person you love will catch you. Love is commitment. Love is the commitment of the highest order. That's why it hurts so much when it doesn't get repaid. It hurts so much when it's only one side. Do you mean love is suicide? No. That's not what I meant. I meant that love is it's a leap of faith, right? It's a commitment. And if it doesn't get paid back in kind, it hurts. It hurts very deeply. But that's the risk you take to enjoy something so pretty, right? Because anything in this world that is powerful, something as powerful as love, can cause just as much pain. Okay, Cookie. I love you. I love you. I love you, Angel. Yo. Yo, 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 yo. Come. Give me a head kiss. Yo. Yo, yo. Anything that is powerful can cause just as much as pain as good. I haven't thought of anything that doesn't work in this theory. Think of anything that is insanely powerful. Religion, right? Religion can be something that is beneficial to people, right? Religion could be something that is beneficial to a lot of people. A lot of people in this world, like religion, on average, probably has done more good than bad, I would imagine, right? Maybe there's arguments against it, maybe not, right? But the inherent idea is like you should be nice to other people and don't lie, don't steal, don't kill, right? It's just a moral compass of some sort, right? But then there's instances of religion being used in a very, very horrible manner, right? Very horrible manner. Nuclear power can give heat and light to an entire country, to vast lands, but it can also be turned into a weapon of mass destruction. The sun. We can't live without the sun. Without the sun, we don't work as human beings. Plants are gonna die. Everything's gonna lose function. Everything's gonna just fall apart without the sun. But stare into it and you go blind. Go too close to it and you'll get burned. Stay in it without protection and you might actually have... You risk getting skin cancer. Crazy, no? Anything that is powerful can be used for good and bad. How would you like to have a cat in your house? It's quite nice, honestly. I love having Cookie and Muffin in the house. Alena wants to get another cat called Pancake and Kimchi and Takalbi. Thoughts on Messi leaving Barcelona? It's like Faker leaving T1? Yeah, I think it's the equivalent of that. It's definitely the equivalent of that. Messi is Barcelona. It's always worrisome, right? Like, leagues are often defined by their biggest players. I think this is what the LCS is struggling with. Everyone's talking about the LCS viewership dropping, but I think the lack of personality is definitely an issue. When you lose Bjergsen and Doublelift in the same year, yo, that's a punch in the nutsack. It's a punch in the nutsack for your league. You lose Doublelift, you lose Meteos, you lose Bjergsen, as I mentioned, and a lot of the players are very focused on their gameplay, but there is a severe lack of personality, right? And I feel like the broadcasts are too timid and afraid of elevating a player because, you know, often players are viewed as, you know, these are the players who are going to make the face of the league, right? And the LEC also relies on this, right? You have your Whipples, you have your Reckless, you have your Yankos. Perks was one of them. You know, there are players that are like, you know, attract viewership, you know? And obviously winning attracts viewership. Good fucking play attracts viewership. But, you know, personalities do too. And a good mix of both definitely goes a long way. And I feel like LCS needs to take some risks in terms of elevating specific players and making them the face of the league. That's what LCK did so fucking good in the past, right? The LCK, you remember the LCK intros? Oh, I'm just making some random noise. Okay. Cookie. I remember the old LCK intros, right? They were so majestic. They celebrated like key players and they weren't afraid to do it. And now there's this bullshit about, you know, Oh, we need to give every player equal opportunity. We need to give every player equal opportunity to talk. You need to give every team as much broadcast time as possible. Fuck all of that shit, man. Fuck all of that shit. Elevate all the good and fun players that will attract, the viewership. Fuck being fair. This is business, man. Good night, Peanut. All the best. Greet Mr. Retters from me. What else can we talk about? It's getting quite late. I'm not going to talk about the Bob meta right now. Just go Game of Legends and just check win ratio, man. Ah, bravissima ma. Oh. Yawn. Any favorite foods? I really love spicy marinated chicken. Dak galbi. I love kimchi. I love sushi. I love ramen. I love bulgogi. I love bibimbap. Honestly, any Korean food. Just serve me Korean food or Japanese food and I will eat it. It can be live squid for all I care. What do you think about Sandbox current form? Yo, Sandbox is popping off. Fucking good shit, man. They recruit some good ass players. They are working as a unit. Croco is playing fucking good. I knew Fate and Summit were fantastic players, but the new additions are doing good. I thought Effort was just a Alistair one trick. Well, this guy is also doing well. Prince is doing well, coming over from the LPL. It's just they're just doing well. I'm very happy to see it. Sandbox will forever be the LCK team that is in my heart. And in a different world where there was no COVID, I would have been there, But the way it worked out for the both of us, I'm very happy that they're doing fucking well. I'm happy that I'm in Fnatic. And, sometimes fate and destiny has a way of playing itself out. I don't want to be annoying, but how do you make sure that the scrim schedule is sufficient, meaning play taking it seriously and be prepared for the cancel scrims and so on, because we can see what can happen if Fnatic miss scrims for 2 weeks first, and then always cancel us. Yeah, that happens. You just have to figure out a way to still make use of your time. And that's a challenge that every team might have to face at one point in time. What do you look for as a vacation destination? I heard you went to Cabo Verde years ago. Yes, I did. My brother really wanted to go to Cabo Verde, and we went, and it was nice. We went to this. There was like this island. It was just a tourist island, and it was cool. I was very happy. So Upset playing a lot of solo queue today. Yeah, he did. It's popping off. What a machine Upset is. Gets married, boom, jump into solo queue. What a smurf. Leaving the honeymoon for the late stages. Love your voice. Thank you. As a final thing, what I wanted to do was I just kind of wanted to react to KSI and his new album. I've listened to some of the songs, but I haven't listened to all of the songs. So I thought that might be fun. At least, KSI wouldn't DRM attack me. So I thought, yo, we can just listen to his music and react to it and see what's up. In the end, this podcast, I kind of just want to do whatever I want to do, right? So let's listen to it. This is the first song of the album called "The Moment." No, it's weird. I've listened to, like, I've followed KSI since, you know, his Road to Division 1 days. And I was a fucking child back then. He was a kid too, and it's sick to follow someone's career, you know, and to see his progression in the music and see his progression in general is very inspiring. I like following it. Let's just I will stop talking and I'll just start listening to the song. Let me just check my audio volumes. Just hopped out the bank, I'm rolling, pockets swollen, it's my year. Okay. I am the one who's chosen, neck wrist frozen, I don't care. I enter the room, I'm glow. Yeah, there's one thing that's so crazy is just the production is mad. The production is mad. You just, I like to listen to every aspect of the song, and it is so clear that the production is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. No strings holding, hands gone clear. I'm coming to own like Romans. This my moment, zero fear. Oh my God, I feel amazing. Running out the numbers with my feet. My disease is going viral. Yeah, trust me, I'm a sicko when we meet. My disease is going viral. Too soon? Ah, screw it. It's okay. It's okay, we allow it on this channel. Beefing like it's 1337. 1337. Did you just make an elite line? They know that if I enter, I'm elite. And I like it when it's gold. Rocky diamonds added ASAP. Just hopped out the bank, I'm rolling, pockets swollen, it's my year. And I am the one who's chosen, neck wrist frozen, I don't care. The hook is really good. I'm coming to own like Romans. This my moment, zero fear. Yeah, situated in my own lane. I'm not in it for the one time. I turn up the other tune. My train, always on the go. My shit so cold, I'm Eskimo. I need an igloo for my shindu and then add a double O. Show me the money cause I'm not a liar. I'm on my Jerry Maguire. I'm on the up like a wheelie. Shaking when coming to see me. My team all over the map. Living and giving and doing it freely. You might not follow the cap. I'm so ahead like I'm wearing a beanie. Love it, karma. Private, charter, moving, easy, losing, nah. She hate all the money I waste. Still rapping a brick in the lace. She liking the way that I'm potent. Riding the 10 like it's Alton, and she'll ride again. Just hopped out the bank, I'm rolling. Pockets swollen, it's my year. And I am the one who's chosen. Neck wrist frozen, I don't care. I enter the room, I'm glowing, no strings holding, hands gone clear. I'm coming to own like Romans, this my moment, zero fear. Honestly, not too bad. The hook was pretty decent. It's my yeah. Okay. Please. Little devil. Okay, not too shabby. Not too shabby. You can see you can hear the singing elements that he's beginning to add more and more. He's getting better. KSI is getting better. He's improving. Focus on improve, guys. I really like the hook. The hook was good. The hook is I like it. I like the hook. It's my year. Neck, wrist frozen. I don't care. I liked it. Good stuff. Listen to the next one. The Future 21 Savage. I wonder how much you pay for this shit. It's pretty wild though. To see the fact that he's in a song with 21 Savage and Future. It's just absolutely crazy to me. It's really, really crazy. Nevertheless. Oh, Future. Diego. Wait. That beat tag. Bankroll got it. Let's just go. Hit me on my burner, hit me on my burner. All we know is murder, all we know is murder. It's going down in my hood, they shoot rounds in my hood, they shoot rounds in my hood. Tears in your eyes on your mama cheek. Blood stains drying on the concrete. Yeah, we be like fucking all that Twitter shit. Fuck that Twitter shit, yeah. And I'm fucking all the witnesses. Wait. Sometimes I listen to the lines too much, and it might ruin the song for me. But he just said, "I'm fucking all the witnesses," and I don't know how to feel about that. But let's continue. And they wanna land. New chain chilling and they got a twin. Where were you when I was down? Where were you? Guess you into shit now. Number 2. In the circus you a clown. Look at you. Bringing views. I pick what I want and I come out. Okay. Honestly, KSI just slammed. He just came in. He's doing the auto-tune again, but you know, the chorus is popping again, man. Like, it's 2 songs, the chorus is pretty damn good. So it's I appreciate it. It's pretty damn nice. It's very nice, actually. That shit you dropped is gonna flop. Flop. Okay. Then tell me how can I drop off? That the meaning is fugazi. When you reach my level, my many medals seem lazy. Black off the plywood, the industry's on my back. 90 on my wrist, so I'm roaming it. Yeah, you can't just say the industry's on your back, man. I guess the YouTube industry might be on your back, you know, because everybody's copying, the KSI thing, the boxing thing, and so forth. Otherwise, the music industry is on his back, you know. Future and 21 Savage is straight up on the track, you know. You just can't be saying shit like this, you know. Anyway, let's continue. It's good. Been dodging Judas since the time he kissed my money gone. Been getting boomers since the mainstream got their focus on. The focus number 1. Never follow rules. Ooh. I was skipping school. 21. You know I ain't friendly, so quit acting like we cool. Pussy. Spent them niggas block cause we had nothing else to do. 21. Ain't tripping about no bitch, you know I'm a player, I tie my shoe. Oh God. All my diamonds hit up. 21. Wet your block in a pickup. 21. All my cars, they go fast. Face ain't shit, but I like her ass. I don't love her, but I love my face ain't shit, but I like her ass. Oh shit, that's fucking good. I like that. Face ain't shit, but I like her ass. Cash, COVID-19, I'm wearing my mask. You know I'm out here thugging, so Rewind it. Fates ain't shit, but I like her ass. I don't love her, but I love my cash. COVID-19, I'm wearing my mask. That is 21. 21, 21, 21. You know I'm out here thugging, so suck me like you love me fast. Last op, play with us, we turned his ass W wet. I'm a big dog and I love to step on puppy. Two-tone made back. Yo, you love to step on puppy? What does this mean, man? Racks on racks, ain't too much to spend. Where were you when I was down? Where were you? Not too shabby, honestly. Not too shabby. I'm waiting for the song that I'm gonna be like, yo, I need this in my playlist right now. Did you hear 21 on J. Cole's album? Of course, My Life. But sadly, we can't play that album. Patience, we already heard. I was so surprised by Polo G's part on this. We just listen to it for continuity. Changes. What's this doesn't, it's so weird to hear Polo G like this. I just, you know, it's tricky to compete in the music industry, right? It's so hard. Because if I wanted to listen to music like this, I would just listen to The Weeknd, right? Actually, maybe I should do like a little thing so you guys see exactly what I'm listening to. Let me pull it up. Window capture, add source, Spotify. Where were you? Let's shrink that bad boy up. Boom. All right. I remember when I heard this the first time, I was like, what the fuck? This what I'm gonna break. But it's weird to say, you know, that K-Side is pretty carried in the song. Not gonna lie. It just sounds like an ice cream commercial. Change. It's a fine song, right? It's a fine song, right? It's completely okay, but I feel like I've heard this song and there are like the better versions of it. That makes sense. I don't know. Let's listen to this. Jeez, what is this? Okay. Elevate the music. Elevate the music. Okay. Not my type of music, not gonna lie.
I guess you could say that I'm falling. Didn't expect to be wanting to tell you I'm all in. No, but now I gotta leave you alone. All of my feelings you won't. Oh, and now I'm floating. Tonight in the air, can you feel it like this is a garden? Triple A living, I'll get you whenever I'm touring. Cause you know I'm addicted to you. It's you. Everything I do, I do it all for you. For you, you're the only one. You're the only one.
It's just...
Everything I do,
it's not my type of music.
I do it all for you. For you, you're the only one. You're the only one.
Let's go all the way.
Girl, you got to me. My heart beats differently.
The synth in the back sounds pretty sick, I must say. Wait, did he say none of them moving like UI? Like user interface? Alright.
Everything I do, I do it all for you.
Yeah.
For you, you're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only one. Everything I do, I do it all for you.
Not for me. Not for me. Sorry, KSI. It's not for me. It's just... what on earth is this? It's just so... I just didn't like the beat. And I didn't really believe it, you know? I didn't really believe that he would do everything that he does for me. You know? I didn't believe it. Let's go next. Oh, this is...
Don't play games with my heart. Ooh, now the feels hit me differently. When the hidden is deep, don't play, don't play. Don't play games with my heart. Ooh,
I'm ready to smurf it, man.
when the hidden is deep, don't play.
All that time on your own with me. We had fun in the 360. I helped you get out UAV. Still could never get you that AC. Sneaking in school just to get by you.
Is that Call of Duty references?
Body in check, loving all the time with you. Now you've just gone missing. You're airing all my wishes. You're online but still won't listen. My time is you dismissing. This isn't no way a two-way street. I'm playing sad and it's on repeat. Got me here hoping you see my snap. Cause I'm not ready for us to rap. No.
Don't play games with my heart. Ooh, feels hit me differently. When the hidden is deep, don't play.
Do you watch any anime? Not right now. I'm a big fan of Attack on Titan. Waiting for that to finish.
Now the feels hit me differently. When the hidden is deep, don't play. Don't play. All the things you do, yeah, I think I've seen it all before. Seen it all before. Everything you're saying, yeah, I think I've heard it all before. Yeah, I've heard it all before. If you don't give me your time, then I ain't giving you mine. If you're gonna lie, then I'ma say goodbye. Every game you're playing, yeah, boy, I've played them all before. And I win them all.
Cause now you've just gone missing. You're airing all my wishes. You're online, but still won't
I'm listening to the KSI album, guys. This is our focus right now. We're gonna get through it.
when you see my snap. Cause I'm not ready for us to ride. No,
Don't play games with my heart. Ooh-wee. Now the feels hit me differently. When the hidden is deep, don't play. Don't play. Don't play games with my heart. Ooh-wee. Now the feels hit me differently.
What a smurf, Anne-Marie.
When the hidden is deep, don't play. Don't play.
Okay, let's hop into the next one. J1. What's crazy though is KSI made a song called Gang Gang with J1 and Dino, and he made a song with Polo G, and he's gonna make a song with Lil Wayne, and they made a song called Gang Gang. Let's listen to KSI's Gang Gang.
Back of them jeans looking mad. Up in the Jeep, let me grab. Roll with the G's, that's the gang. Oh. Someone told me she's a liar. Never gonna cap, I need a rider. Told you don't play with fire. Gang, stop playing with the gang.
come every year like Mariah. 5-figure drip when I show the attire. No stress, I'm in control like I'm Isco. Won't be no dancing if my let the disco. Trust me, it's long when they aim at me. Same chain, but they ain't the same as me. Thinking you're king, I'll dismantle the throne that you're on. Leave you there looking like Kong. I ain't on a funny man ting. I just stand mills, care by money man ting. Half a billy when they stream my ting. Lights blinding when they pre my ring.
Back of them G's looking mad. Up in the Jeep, let me grab. Roll with the G's, that's the gang. Oh.
I like the sound of the beat. It's groovy.
Big jacket, my G savage, G bin.
Okay, J1.
J pop and I stay guapping, there's no slacking. Stay rapping, I live lavish, I got fashion. That girl's got a big back of the cheeks clapping. The way she's trying.
The ad lib.
Now I'm clocking the cash. I just pulled up in a Mazda, now she flashing the racks. And I just got a couple bookers, man, pull up with a gang, we get turned up. Told the baddie in the room to come twerk up. Told my nigga come be billet and burn up. Big money in the bank, I'm a earner. Wave, I'm a surfer, bang.
Back of them G's looking mad. Up in the Jeep, let me grab. Roll with the G's, that's the gang. Oh. Someone told me
The chorus was nice.
never gonna cap, I need a rider. Told you don't play
The chorus was nice, but the rest of it didn't really like stick with me, you know? The rest of it didn't stick with me. I think that's what's so fucking difficult about music. There's so much competition. There's so much competition left and right, man. It's so difficult. It doesn't go in the playlist. Does not go in the playlist. Let's go Rent Free. Rent Free. Next one.
Don't worry about fuck with me, but my name's on the tip of your tongue, and that's on you, baby. You, baby, I don't think about you, yet I'm in your head rent free. Why is my name on the tip of your tongue? That's on you, baby. You, baby.
Living in the city cause I wanna. Tipping many drivers in the city with a hunter. Quarantine won't stop me in the city, I'm a runner. Strava with a 5K on the 22 when I fly away. Pink vapor fly when I zoom. Ain't figure net if I enter any room. Any tune that I'm hopping on is gonna son of a boom. And now my phone is ringing. Hit me out the blue, but then I never give an F. Black and white, I keep it, so don't try me like a rap.
What is this beat, man? It's fucking bongo drums.
No stress over here, busting in my Montclair, nigga.
I don't worry about you. You say you don't fuck with me, but my name's on the tip of your tongue, and that's on you, baby. You, baby, I don't think about you, yet I'm in your head rent free. Why is my name on the tip of your tongue? That's on you, baby. You, baby.
And I'm living rent free. Big bang is coming from the ego theory. Got a Charlie just to spend it on his jewelry. Now I'm showing it off cause I'm unruly. Managing everything like a neutron. And I keep on winning even when I do wrong. Too strong. Wanna read my winnings but it's too long. Still I come with a drip so fresh that they all wanna tweet. Looking at the toy and I
And what is this? Like, I just don't understand this. I can't even focus on the lyrics.
Got bare space for that piggyback ride. If I want it, I get it. Never regret it. If I go dying, I'm dying in credit.
Did the cat to bongo tap? I wish I could. Okay, this song wasn't too interesting to me, not gonna lie. Seems like KSI is trying to be all over the place. He's testing the waters. He's testing the waters a little bit. Let's listen to Madness. KSI is all alone on Madness. I'm excited. Let's listen to KSI all by himself. Already the beat is fucking mad. Yo, it sounds, I don't know why, but it reminds me of Cowboy Bebop. I need to rewind it.
Madness, know that when you at this. Gradness, grab it like I'm Atlas. Always want when they pre it, can't believe when they see it.
Oh, this is gonna drop hard.
Modern way with no limit. Madness, know that when you at this. Gradness, big name on campus. I'm the proof in that pudding. Say they can but they couldn't. I'm the man when I'm in it. I'll be done when I'm finished.
I'll be done when I'm finished. Ooh. Well, honestly, KSI, when he comes in all mad and shit, man. When he comes in all mad, it just sounds good. This is the case I like. I just need to go back.
Madness, know that when you at this. Gradness, grab it like I'm Atlas. Always want when they pre it, can't believe when they see it. I've been here for a minute, modern way with no limit. Madness, know that when you at this. Gradness, big name on campus. I'm the proof in that pudding. Say they can but they couldn't. I'm the man when I'm in it. I'll be done when I'm finished. don't piss me off. I've been killing this shit, acting tough on the net with their feminine clips. Bitch, you're gonna get hit. And I've done more than the most in a single year, and still I'm the YouTube don. I got clown for the way that I was on the net, and still I'm the man that won. Now they're chasing me, chasing the hype, wanting me, wanting the life, loving me, loving the type. So I gave her pipe, taking advantage, more venom and then carnage. A lot of choice like I'm target, only one in my market, one a piece and I'll charge it. I'm at a point where I buy shit now.
The progression of the beat is mad.
Then they speak about it, type anything, then they tweet about it. Do anything, then they meme about it. Only man with a life like me, still unleashing with a jet like Lee, still achieving all the goals around me. Picking a bunch and I'm still OP. Madness, know that when you act this. Gradness, grab it like I'm Atlas. Always want when they pre it, can't believe when they see it. I've been here for a minute, model wearing no limit. Madness, know that when you act this.
That beat is absolutely crazy, man.
Big name on campus.
I can't get over it.
Say they can, but they couldn't. I'm the man when I'm in it. I'll be done when I'm finished. But I'm not finished. I've been sick for the longest time and I'm still on top, so I'm the illest. I've gone clear with the strongest back with my own OC, so I'm the realest. Bring that heat with the hits of the human torch to the team, know that I'm the list. Saying I need a feature, now they feature me. Never try, now it's easily. Back the brief and now.
Wait.
The human torch to the team, know that I'm the list. Saying I need a feature, now they feature me. Never try, now it's easily.
Oof. That's actually... There's some bars in this. There's some motherfucking bars in this. There's some good bars in this shit, man.
The brief and now I drink the tea. 6 figures now is for the free. Up the levels from a Lamborghini. Bringing wishes cause I'm a genie. Everything I touch a Mazzolini. Still you wonder why they wanna be with me. Big boy things. Everything I spit is facts. End of the moment, but man's gonna come back like a Tekken. Madness, know that when you act this. Gradness, grab it like I'm Atlas. Always want when they pre it, can't believe when they see it. I've been here for a minute, model wearing no limit. Madness, know that when you act this. Gradness, big name on campus. I'm the proof and I put it. Say they can but they couldn't. I'm the man when I'm in it. I'll be done when I'm finished.
M1 on the beat. Sick to put your tagline in the end. That's fresh. M1 on the beat. M1 on the beat. Tuku. M1 on the beat. Holy shit. That was pretty good. That was pretty damn good. I like the song. Madness was fucking good. It was the best for me personally so far. This is like in my alley, you know, of music that I like. Now I've been looking forward to the next one. It's the Bugsy Malone feature, which is insane that Bugsy Malone is on this track. I'm more excited for Bugsy Malone than I am for 21 Savage and Future, if I'm being completely honest with you. But nevertheless, let's hop in. Oh, this is gonna be a drill beat.
You already know, man. Always silly.
We already know.
Silly when I gotta, silly when I gotta, silly when I gotta, silly when I gotta, oh shit, yeah. Silly when I gotta spend it, silly when I gotta end it, silly when they go to see me, silly when I get a cheat HD and I'm silly. 5 figure for the settle, 6 figure for the medal, 7 figure for the rental. My ops ain't friendly. Know a couple wanna get me. Keep it popping like a 6'4" while sipped up on Tetley. Can't never forget me. No way. She liking it gently. She liking it plenty. Mud.
Mud.
Silly with many cause I got a woo. Ric Flair, I'm in love with the zoo. This bitch wanna hop on a new. She do. You silly, I'm in love with the view. No pity when I fuck up a fool. Too drippy like I got it from Q. 007 shit. Looking like a PT with an ET. Coming through with a badness. Come back with a shit. My killer make all of them rich. She a baller when dribbling. Moving so messy when she on the pitch. God damn. Silly when I gotta spend it. Silly when I gotta end it. Silly when they go to see me. Silly when I get a cheat HD and I'm silly. 5 figure for the settle. 6 figure for the medal. 7 figure for the rental. My arms ain't friendly. Know a couple wanna get me. Keep it popping like a 6'4" while sipped up on Tetley. Can't never forget
Fucking
me.
tea, man.
She liking it gently. She liking it plenty.
Mad.
You okay? Call me fuck up this team. I don't think you're a YouTuber and I'm a grime artist. Like we don't get these big checks in. That's disrespect, man. A businessman. It was 7 figures for the crib, 6 figures for the rig, 5 figures for the jewels, 4 niggas in the whip, 3 the niggas in the can, 2 silly with the creps. 1 minute, let me check. Who the fuck is in my league? I took a 5-minute break last year and I swear to God the game was on his knees. Give a fuck about my ops. I bounce back, they take a loss. Blue Louis with the brown leather looking silly in the box.
Silly when they gotta spend it. Silly when they gotta.
Yo, Bugsy Malone came in and made had a Christmas verse, man. Jesus. Yo, we need to listen to Bugsy Malone's part again. It's as simple as that. Cookie's covering my second screen, so I don't see so well. Aim it.
Know a couple wanna get me. Keep it popping like a 6'4" while sipped up on Tetley. Can't never forget me. No way. She liking it gently.
She liking it plenty.
You okay? Call me fuck up this team. I don't think you're a YouTuber and I'm a grime artist. Like we don't get these big checks in. That's disrespect, man. A businessman. It was 7 figures for the crib, 6 figures for the rig, 5 figures for the jewels, 4 niggas in the whip, 3 the niggas in the can, 2 silly with the creps. 1 minute, let me check. Who the fuck is in my league? I took a 5-minute break last year and I swear to God the game was on his knees. Give a fuck about my ops. I bounce back, they take a loss. Blue Louis with the brown leather looking silly in the box.
Silly when they gotta spend it. Silly when they gotta end it.
Bugsy Malone is just a legend.
Silly when they get a cheat.
How can you go wrong with Bugsy Malone?
5 figure for the settle. 6 figure for the medal. 7 figure for the rental.
How can you go wrong?
Know a couple wanna get me. Keep it
Okay, I need to see the screen, Angel.
up on Tetley. Can't never forget me. No way.
Alright, this was the second best. I like, I love Bugsy Malone. What you gonna do about it? Alright, someone in the chat said that this is gonna be good. Let's take a look. Flash It, featuring Rico Love. Yo, you can just put some piano or a flute or violin in the beat and you just win me over right away. Very easy.
Pull up, hop out, flash it. Ammunition, automatic.
Bongo drums.
You see me, I'm in traffic. Pull up, hop out, flash it, hop out, flash it, hop out, flash it. Bound to make you believe, oh, girl, you're gonna catch fever. Now the feelings gon' ease on down. When they pull up, hop out, flash it. Pull up, hop out, flash it.
Okay. It's so hard to imagine KSI coming in on a song like this. Let's see what you deliver, KSI.
I get plenty when I need it, I just call up. Any of my people wouldn't read it and they all up. I got Sterling in my city, I'm a baller. Money making 50 every second, man, it's putting it like I'm De La Rue. The bandana with the color just so they know who. And they're failing just to keep up like I'm 22. If it's really the season, then tell me where are you? Come and send the location and then I
pull up, hop out.
Okay.
Ammunition, automatic. When you see me, I'm in traffic.
Besides, was not bad, not shabby.
Pull up, hop out, flash it, hop out, flash it, hop out, flash it. Bound to make you believe, oh, girl, you're gonna catch fever. Now the feelings gon' ease on down. When they pull up, hop out.
Wait, we could have pulled up a little bit less.
Pull up, hop out, flash it.
Why are we pulling up so many times? Pull up, hop out, flash it. Yeah, what are we flashing? Pull up, hop out, flash it.
Hop out, flash it, hop out, flash it.
ha ha, laughing at the fight you wanna be.
What kind of laugh is that?
With my brothers from the east, I can't ever be located near the heat. But I never panic on the street, and I got a lot of weight on my back. 10+ years of me scaling the racks. I don't even smoke anymore, but I'm blazing the track. And the millions wanna see me put your pagan in that.
Pull up, hop out, flash it.
Okay.
Ammunition, automatic.
I like KSI more than the chorus in this one.
When you see me, I'm in traffic. Pull up, hop out, flash it, hop out, flash it, hop out, flash it. Bound to make you believer, girl, you're gonna catch fever. Now the feelings gon' ease on down. When they pull up, hop out, flash it.
Alright, we get it. Not too shabby. I liked KSI's first verse. What was it like? Something know who 22. That was good. I like that shit. It's good shit. No Time featuring Lil Durk. Okay. Fucking Lil Durk. No Time, Lil Durk. This is a Stratocaster. Oh. Diego. Fucking Diego is up in this bitch.
I ain't got no time for when I wake up, yeah. Believe me, I see through a lot of fake love, yeah.
Wait. I just assumed it wasn't KSI, but this isn't Lil Durk. So it has to be KSI. Wait, I need to start over.
I ain't got no time for when I wake up, yeah. Believe me, I see through a lot of fake love, yeah. But I'ma let it go because it really ain't a thing to me, yeah. I stay focused on my trip, I'm flying, you stay high. Shit, you say I can just read your mind, zero mind. I stay shining, ain't no dimming over here. I don't gotta.
Ooh. Jesus. Nah, I need to hear it again. I can't believe it.
I ain't got no time for when I wake up, yeah. Believe me, I see through a lot of fake love, yeah. But I'ma let it go because it really ain't a thing to me, yeah. I stay focused on my trip, I'm flying, you stay high. Shit, you say I can just read your mind, zero mind. I stay shining, ain't no dimming over here. I don't gotta panic for that interview.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
I ain't got no time for when I wake up, yeah. Believe me, I see through a lot of fake love, yeah. But I'ma let it go because it really ain't a thing to me, yeah. I stay focused on my trip, I'm flying, you stay high. Shit, you say I can just read your mind, zero mind. I stay shining, ain't no dimming over here.
But yo, why is he so greedy? Why is he so greedy with the high pitched voice? He's so greedy. We just get a couple words in it.
For that interview, I can call whenever for that rendezvous.
Rendezvous interview.
I got presents, and I never came in with a thing in the village where the only thing that they view is me. How can they cancel when the only thing that made me was me?
Oof. That must be a great feeling, man. How can they cancel when the only thing that made me was me? Jesus. What a good feeling that must be.
Gaining titles since a teen, Granny Dupree, and bitch, I'm still here, standing like a pando tree. Bitch, I am OP. I ain't got no time for when I wake up, yeah. Believe me, I see through a lot of fake love, yeah. But I'ma let it go because it really ain't a thing to me, yeah. I stay focused on my trip, I'm flying, you stay high. Shit, you say I can just read your mind, zero mind. I stay stay shining. Ain't no dimming.
I put that shit on, I be getting
Jesus.
from these owners, I be fly as hell. I give bro no hope about they out there, even though it's far as hell. I fly different bitches out the hang. I got
Yo, Lil Durk could just fuck off, man. Yo, this is the best song KSI has ever made. It's not even fucking close. Maybe Pull Up.
I was getting head on the jet, she playing mulatto. Made it out the mud, came from nothing, I'm a thug. Never asked for a second chance, I'ma go outside and jug. Perry Ellis sweatpants with 100,000 in the club. Surrounded by the same motherfuckers from my hood, I'm good.
Don't take my time for granted. You seen the start to where am I? You know that I'm about it. I'm changing views, there's nothing you can do, and I believe in my crew. I ain't got no time for when I wake up, yeah. Believe me, I see through a lot of fake love, yeah. But I'ma let it go because it really ain't a thing to me, yeah. I stay focused on my trip,
That was sick. That's absolutely sick. Really good. That goes in the playlist. That goes in the playlist. For sure it does. I'm just petting my cat, that's why I'm moving my arm so weird. Wow, this is sick. This is really, really good. Really, really good. KSI, man. Really, really good. Alright, let's listen to Sleeping with the Enemy featuring SX. Sleeping with the Enemy. Alright. Here we go with the piano again. The KSI is pretty fucking rich, I must imagine.
Sometimes I think this world's a simulation. The way that certain things just happen with no explanation. Just like the time I went to go to tell my mom I'm quitting school. She laughed at me and said that this is just an April Fool. Sorry mom, but I'm for real. I'm done with living up a life that's just a big ordeal. I'm way too old for you to beat me. I just want you to treat me like a person with a choice. And now for my decisions, I'm a person with a voice.
Now I'm hitting a wall, and it all comes apart. See a light in the dark, and it's blinding my eyes. Oh. Now I feel like someone's watching me, and someone else is watching them. Heard I'm sleeping with the enemy, acting like they were my friends.
It's never easy on the road. Shut down many times, I've been alone. Cried when fully grown. I'm overloaded with emotions, overwhelmed with emotions to the view that this is just a movie with a crew. I hate when overthinking makes me wanna find a new, or when the people find a reason just to hate on you. I came with nothing on me, I'll leave with nothing on me. I guess the time that's in between is for the viewing only.
I know where they're hiding, and don't make me decide it. I know that they won't like it, but I gotta break free. Now I'm hitting a wall, and it all comes apart. See a light in the dark, and it's blinding my eyes. Oh. Now I feel like someone's watching me, and someone else is watching them. Heard I'm sleeping with the enemy, acting like they were my friends.
Now I feel like someone's watching me. Reminds me of Justin Timberlake for some reason. And someone else is watching them. Okay. Well, that was pretty much it. That was every song. Holiday and Swerve I've already listened to, so I kind of CBA. It's getting very late. Need to feed my cats. Cookie, you wanna say bye-bye? You wanna say bye-bye? Say bye-bye, Joe? You wanna say bye? Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Oh. Cookie, always do this. What to leave, cookie, then leave. It's okay. Gotta feed you. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the randomness of me reviewing KSI in the middle of nowhere, but kind of felt like doing it. You kind of sound like Barry White when you sing. What did Barry White sing? I can't recall what Barry White sang. Everyone told me that I sound like Johnny Cash. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. I fell for you like a child. And the fires went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, down, down. And the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. This ring of fire. The ring of fire. The ring of fire. The ring of fire. You know, the other day I was listening to Mongolian throat singing. Now that was some crazy shit, man. And I was like, Jesus. They have a deeper voice than I have. I want to learn how to do it. It sounds sick. I don't know if I can find some. Let me just find some real quick, okay? Mongolian throat singing. Batsorig Vanchig. It sounds so good. Nevertheless, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Voice of Yamato, where Pete will join me. All the best to all of you. Thank you and goodbye.